absolute.
The corpse remains silent. It does not.
Slaves. Good. Right. Fell.
The spell's power.
Monsters everywhere. Kill. You speak to me? I was ready to run you through. My mistake, friend. An attack. They took the shiny one. He killed many. Yes, it was screaming. I made him stop screaming. Him? He was the biggest. No. Well.
You spot a man crouching between the shelves, just as he spots you.
Bugger!
He freezes, waiting on your next word.
Dwarves. Well, down you go then. They'll be on it soon. So if you're looking to entrance is hidden behind the wardrobe. Here's the key.
If the gift, and it's a powerful weapon to boot. Things are start.
Will's brows furrow as your minds connect. He sees the blip.
Hells. Older Ravengard's been taken. Then we need to seek him out and get him to safety. You see, Grand Duke Ray, I know I haven't said. Our relation was no matter of pride, not least for him. Just the one. My father and I were. Such a rift isn't so easily mended. But I've been asking myself, what makes a... No, his absence. He could lead Baldur's Gate to all the more reason to find him. The Absolute has seized not just my father. I know. When I look into it, I see the blade and I see... I wanted you to know the blade, not the shadow. I'm all for it. Not so father. He made... Not to say... tempting. He brings to mind a story. An old a farmer made it the farmer's dearest fruit. We can learn a lot from fairy tales. Don't you think? Refuse him, no matter how tempting the offer. No matter... That's because you still have hope. He'll require of you only what you're... and then require more. You might think you give up anything, but the devil won't take just anything.
Tiring business, isn't it? Why don't we take a little break? Allow ourselves a few... We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we? Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, the way you diffused the tension between... The way you stood in front of a cross... The way you got Korg... In short, I've grown to trust you. I was being quite sincere, I assure you. The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something. You see, I have this... condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but... Thank you for the offer. But the treatment... What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside. I can say no more on the matter. Just trust me when I... It's been days since I last consumed an artifact. Since before we were abducted. And by that, I mean, it's imperative that I find and consume strands of weave at the earliest possible juncture. We've already done the finding. You know for yourself how hard-won such an item was, and there'll be danger involved. Or great cost. Valid question. If not out of the simple goodness of your heart, then perhaps your own self-interest might be sufficient motivation. Having a wizard like me around is quite the boon when facing the perils that stalk these lands. It'd be far harder for me to assist you if I could barely stand upright. Please, trust me. Your help could be the difference between life and death. I understand that I am asking for a lot. Please, reconsider. I don't know how else I can explain the imperative nature of this issue. You can't simply dismiss it. I see. Let me remind you that this is not something that can be ignored forever.
I promised I'd be back. Don't worry. I have things under control. For now. You haven't been using the parasite's power. You think you don't need it. But things haven't gone as you expected. You hoped a druid as powerful as Halsin might be able to remove your tadpole. But he couldn't. You're desperate to be rid of it. Understandable. But you're looking for solutions in the wrong places. It's complicated. Just like you. But to do that, your parasite is unusual. It is until the source of the tadpole's magic is destroyed. Any attempt... You were lucky that Halsin knew this. His instincts are right. The parasites are merely a symptom of a greater sickness in Faerun. I am not sure yet. To find the answers, we must first find the source. These parasites are more than illithid spawn. They are vessels for control. The infected hear the voice of the Absolute and believe it to be a god. You witnessed it yourself with Priestess Gut. That is how the cult of the Absolute is spreading. The highest of their rank, the True Souls, carry a tadpole just like yours. It is how they receive their orders. When the order to transform is given, it will not be a matter of days. They will be mind flayers in an instant. Because we share a common... We are alike. You and I. I've been trying to escape from this evil for a long time. Once, I almost succeeded. Now, through you, I've been given a new chance. You can go where I cannot, and I can protect you from that evil. If we work together, we may turn this around. Hells, they need me. I have to go. No, the power I used to protect you, I will hold them off for as long. You must discover the source. The cultists are gathering. At moonrise, use the powers your parasite gives you to convince them you are one of them. And when you find the source of their magic, go.